Intel shares fell just about 0.5% after the chief executive, Pat Gelsinger, stepped down. The once dominant chipmaker has struggled. It missed mobile phone and then the AI revolutions. It's been eclipsed by Nvidia. It's no longer part of the Dow 30. The shares are down 61% in the 3 years that Gelsinger's been there. Now, two Intel veterans will serve as interim co-chief executives while a search is underway. Paul LaMonica is with me, senior markets analysis writer for Barron's. Good, LaMonica. Good to see you, sir. Quick question here. Really, basically, was it his fault? I mean, he inherited a bad hand and arguably he didn't play it terribly well thereafter. And something clearly happened between when they announced job losses and write-downs earlier this year and now. So why didn't he go there? What's going on here?
Yeah, it is interesting to hear, Richard, that he was, retiring now as opposed to when the really bad news hit not that long ago. And it does suggest that there is just a strategic difference between the board and what Gelsinger saw as the future of the company. And I think the problem is that, as you alluded to already, Intel has lost market share, not just to NVIDIA by missing the AI boat, but also to companies like AMD and ARM, and then also in the foundry business. Intel really tried to make a big effort to be a maker of chips for other companies, and they really were just beaten badly in that game by Taiwan Semiconductor. And I think that's just been a costly mistake for Intel, and as a result, they're now, turning the leadership over to David Zinsner and Michelle Johnston Holthouse, two senior executives there, but neither of them are likely to be the new permanent CEO, particularly Zinsner, who's the CFO currently.
So they're looking for someone who can run the business, who can innovate, who can lead, just as much as everybody else is looking for the same sort of qualities. But they don't, I suppose it's a great challenge for somebody. The core question is always in these scenarios, whether Intel.
Yeah, it's a very, very tough question. I mean, the problem, I think, also with Intel is that even though it is somewhat of a shell of what it once was when it was the dominant chip company, it still is by no means a slouch. It has a market valuation of more than $100 billion. So it would be very difficult, if not impossible, for another company to come in and acquire it. And even if they did, they would probably want to start selling assets. It's probably not even an appealing private equity play because of how large it is. So I think the question becomes, who do they hire to turn it around? There was a lot of talk at the time when Gelsinger replaced Bob Swan. Should they go after Lisa Su at AMD? I doubt that she's going anywhere, would want to jump ship to try and turn around Intel. I mean, that's always an intriguing possibility, though. But I just shudder to think who in the tech industry would want the Intel job, knowing the big headaches that are involved at this point.
I'm grateful to you, sir. Thank you, as always. Paul LaMonica.